Welcome to Under SF Hidden Gems. My name's Erica Cataray.
And I'm Cameron Davis, and today we're exploring the neighborhood Noe Valley.
Did you know Noe Valley is named after the last Mexican mayor of Yerba Buena?
What's a Yerba Buena?
Yerba Buena is actually present-day San Francisco. It started out as a Mexican settlement and was originally intended to be a trading post for ships visiting the San Francisco Bay.
Wow, I really don't know that much about Noe Valley.
Well, let's go take a look at the neighborhood.
Noe Valley was once a working-class neighborhood for families and couples alike. Over the years, the neighborhood has gained a reputation for being one of the most tight-knit and well-off communities.
It feels very suburban despite being in the heart of San Francisco. There's all kinds of different family-owned businesses and specialty shops, such as chocolate stores, flower shops, music stores, restaurants, pubs, and even a cheese store, the 24th Street Cheese Company to be exact.
That probably doesn't smell too good.
Even if you don't like the smell of cheese, there's so much here you can find something you like.
We didn't want you guys to feel left out, so we're bringing the taste of Noe Valley to you. We're here in studio with Samantha de Trinidad, the manager at Lovejoy's Tea Room. Welcome to Under SF, Samantha.
Thank you for having me.
All right, would you go ahead and tell us a little bit about Lovejoy's?
Yeah, definitely. Lovejoy's was actually named after a series of novels, and Lovejoy was an antique collector. And that's where Lovejoy's got its name.
These beautiful teapots.
Yeah, exactly. And it was purchased by its current owners about 15 years ago, and they moved it from 24th Street, where it used to reside, and now it's on Church and Clipper, and it's been there for quite some time.
Excellent. Quite some time. And how long have you been working there?
I've been there almost 2 years.
Almost 2 years.
Almost 2.
And we were talking a little earlier. You said you weren't really much of a tea drinker before that,
Not
right?
before I started. I have to admit, I was a coffee drinker at first, and I am a proud convert these days. Yeah.
So I understand that you guys have tea parties here at Lovejoy's.
We do.
Can you tell us a little bit about that? Like, are they mostly kids' tea parties, or do you have adults?
We have a lot of children's tea parties. We have a lot of parties. We have a lot of bridal showers, a lot of baby showers, a lot of farewell gatherings, a lot of holiday gatherings, and it's a wonderful venue to celebrate.
Sounds like a fun little event,
It
bring
is.
friends and family, enjoy
Yeah.
it. All right, so we have some tea here for us,
We
right?
have tea service today.
Now, can you tell us a little bit about the brewing process?
So steeping in the floral pot here is a more traditional black tea. It's a tea room blend. It's a little bit more like an English breakfast, a little stronger than an English
Okay.
breakfast, sort of what you might think of like an Irish breakfast. And in this pot over here is a pomegranate green tea. So
Sounds exotic.
it's delicious. And they're both steeping right now. The black tea is going to steep for just a few more minutes. The green tea is probably ready to pour. It doesn't need quite so long. And it's a little bit more of a delicate tea, so not quite as strong as a black tea. And when you're ready to pour the tea, you'll find in a lot of green tea pots built-in infusers that come out once the tea is ready to pour.
This makes it nice and easy to
You
remove
steep
the
the
leaves.
perfect cup, and then you're ready to go. And
So now, okay, you bring that up. A lot of people I know just in their homes when they're making tea, they'll take the tea bag and just throw it in the mug and just leave it. Is that
guilty.
guilty?
I used to be that person. And that's okay. You end up steeping a much stronger cup of tea.
So
And a
that's
lot
it,
of
just-
people will say, once the tea starts to get cold or after a while, it starts to get a little bit bitter. And that's the tea's been steeping for quite some time.
Right. So it's So it's not the temperature. It's not because it's cold.
Right.
It's just because you've left the tea in there for
Right.
so long.
Precisely.
Tell me, like the different levels of caffeine in tea, like black tea. And
Yes. So a
green
black tea is going to have a lot more caffeine. This tea room blend that we have here, it's very caffeinated. The green tea has a less amount of caffeine than a black tea or even a decaffeinated tea. There are trace amounts of caffeine in a decaffeinated tea. And then an herbal tea or a tisane is actually, and it's an infusion, and so it's caffeine free. It's an infusion of herbs and flowers, so it doesn't have any caffeine.
No caffeine. That's like pure herbal, just light.
Right. That would be something like a chamomile or a rooibos tea, a
Okay.
peppermint.
Okay. These teas that you got at Lovejoy's, where do you guys get them from?
We source our teas from a variety of different places. Taylor's of Harrogate is our main source of tea, and for those who know British tea and know how tea is done well, that's the name that they
That's
go
what I'm
to.
trying to learn, how to do tea well. Because I can do tea, but well
Doing
is
it
a
well.
whole nother subject. And to go along with that, When you drink tea, is there certain foods that you eat with it? Because I know,
Yes.
people like to pair wine and cheeses. What about teas?
Right, tea, well, typically when you think of tea and snacks, you think of scones and you think of crumpets, and we have both of those here today. And of course, the little tiny tea sandwiches, finger sandwiches, sandwiches without the crusts are often what people think of when they have tea. And we have a variety of selections here today as well. So with the scones and the crumpets, you'll see them served with clotted cream, in this case Devonshire cream that we import straight from Devonshire, England, raspberry preserves, and the crumpets that you see on the side there are best served with lemon curd and a little bit of butter.
And a little bit of butter, okay. What makes a finger sandwich? Is it just that they're small and no crust on there?
They're perfect just the way they are. There's something about seeing little sandwiches like that. They're almost guilt-free sandwiches. And, before you know it, you've had the whole plate of sandwiches.
Guilty pleasure. You speak about it like as a kid, like it's perfect just the way it is.
It is. And there's something magical when you're sitting at the table, and the way we do it at Lovejoy is someone comes to your table with a tier of food, and there really is something quite special that happens when it sort of just appears at your table.
That's cute. Do you bring a whole tray like this?
We
to
do,
the
yeah.
tables?
So this is our Queen's tea service that we have at Lovejoy's. It's the most deluxe tea service that we have, and this is a tea service that's portioned out for 3 people. So for one person, it would look a little bit smaller, but. Yeah.
This is much fancier than I'm used to. I'm used to a small table with my little sisters trying to put a tiara on me and just, ooh.
We do that too, though.
Oh, we do that
Yes.
too. That's great.
Hats and tiaras.
Is the black tea anywhere near done?
Yeah, definitely.
Shall we pour that out?
If you'll pass me the tea strainer there. So this is loose leaf tea that we have brewing in the pot. And this is your tea strainer. And so you'll hold the strainer over the teacup and pour through.
All right.
And that collects the
Catches
leaves.
Yeah.
And you're ready to go.
Beautiful. Okie doke.
So this is a more traditional black tea. It goes really well with milk and sugar, which I also have here, but it's excellent on its own.
Okie doke.
Really nice morning time tea or afternoon tea.
I like black tea. I drink that a lot, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, guys. I'm going to have some of this delectable finger sandwich. Stick around, because after the break, we have a special performance. And once again, thank you to Samantha from Lovejoy's.
My pleasure.
Glad to have you here.
Thank you.
The American Cancer Society Discovery Shops are a chain of unique retail stores that help fight cancer.
I donate because it helps save lives.
So far, Discovery Shops have raised over $170 million.
I donate because all of us deserve to live long, healthy lives.
Donations to American Cancer Society Discovery Shops have helped scientists do so much, but more needs to be done.
I donate because it matters.
Discover for yourself. Discovery Shops.
When it's time to choose healthcare for your child, you want the best. When it's time for your child's physical exam, you want a professional you can trust. At Valencia Health Services, your time is well spent. We provide professional quality healthcare. Valencia Health Services, dedicating quality time to every child, every visit. Committed to professional healthcare because your child's health is our first priority. Valencia Health Services, quality time because we care.
Welcome back to Under SF Hidden Gems. Today we're taking you on a tour of Noe Valley.
Make sure to mark your calendars, because every Saturday morning, the Noe Valley Farmers Market takes place in a very small parking lot and is jam-packed with all kinds of delicious locally grown produce.
It's a very small parking lot, but it suits Noe Valley's character. This is a volunteer-run community event that has locals coming back week after week.
We got to meet a lot of farmers. Yes, we still have real farmers in 2015. Not everything is made in the factory yet. I know, I'm surprised too.
Well, let's take a look at what the Noe Valley Farmers Market has to offer.
We've been doing this for about 10 years now, and I love this market. It's very family oriented, and people here are super nice. So I love this farmers market. I harvest most of the sturdy crops like eggplants, tomatoes, beans, and squash, and all this stuff. And then on Friday morning, we pick basil in the greenhouse till about 10 a.m. and then you get all your greens after that. So it takes 2 full days to harvest for Noe Farm. Noe Farmers Market, actually.
So anything within a 90-mile radius is considered local, and we come all the way up here because you can't really grow in San Francisco, and so we bring produce to the people who are living here.
Felt that the Noe Valley Farmers Market has always been nearby. It's always got a great community, so we started coming here a number of years ago and just love to sell bread here. We make sourdough breads, bagels, pretzels, and people love to stop by. They love the fresh bread in the morning, so it's great to be able to provide that. Sourdough bread, sourdough bagels, sourdough pretzels, get your bread.
And being around all these other great farmers, you really get a full appreciation of what it's like to see what food really, where it comes from, how it ends up here, where it goes.
The people here are awesome. I'm not lying, I've been to different markets and some people, they come and they try to degrade your crops and stuff like that, but the people here, they really support you. That's what I love about this market, actually, is that the people here support us, they love us, and they're just nice people, so I love it.
I don't know about you guys, but that made me really hungry.
Same.
Well, our tour isn't over yet. We also got a chance to explore some more hands-on creativity at the Terra Mia Ceramic Studio.
Terra Mia is a decorative art studio that has been serving the community since 1994. It's the perfect place to bond with friends, family, or just to have a good time.
They're extremely welcoming. I'm a horrible painter, but the Terra Mia staff made me feel like I was doing a really good job, even though I wasn't.
Well, let's take a look at their studio.
Well, I'm Desiree. I work at Terra Mia Ceramic Studio in Noe Valley, and I've been here for about 5 or 6 years now, so I know the place pretty well. I believe it's been at this location for about 14 or 15 years, but as a whole, it's been a business for about 20 years now. I think one of my favorite parts is seeing people who don't usually do art paint something. So it's nice when artists come in, but it's nice when people say, I've never painted before, and it's cool to see the look on people's faces when they see something that they never thought that they could create. We order the ceramics in from different suppliers. We've got one on the East Coast, one from the East Bay, and then we order some from, I think, Thailand, I want to say. So we've got a good variety of stuff. We get lots of people who have been coming in since they were children. I myself have been coming here since about 5th or 6th grade. So I grew up here. I get to see tons of kids who have come in to do their baby's handprints, and suddenly their babies are old enough to paint, and then they're going to summer camp, and then they're asking to work here, and it's just really cool to see the evolution of our customers. So it's a really good community. It's lots of families, lots of people who know each other from school or just know each other for years. And so we get a lot of frequent customers based on the fact that people know us here, and they've grown up with us and continue to come here throughout generations. I usually recommend to have an idea in mind. It's a lot easier for me to help someone learn when I know what they want to do. I don't like to tell people what they want to do because people have different tastes, and it's good to have it come from their mind. So my best recommendation for people learning is, I say, to look at things around the studio, and if you see an aspect you like, I'd be happy to help you learn something new. I think it's important to have a place like this because it really brings people together. It helps people learn skills that they otherwise thought they couldn't do. I've noticed lots of families coming in, and at first, like the parents will be on the laptops, but then they'll say, "Hi, I want to paint something. Like, this is like fun." So it's really nice to see that bring people together.
I can't wait to visit Terra Mia. Those sculptures are so adorable.
Sounds like you've already got your weekend planned.
Of course. Noe Valley has a lot of great food, shops, and activities. In fact, I might start my weekend a little early and catch a bus down there.
Well, guys, when we come back, we're going to have a special performance from Angela Lee and Mark Teichholz, who are part of Noe Valley Chamber Music.
We'll also hear from Karen Heather, the founder of NGCM, to get an insight on the Chamber's history. Stay tuned after the break.
Take a deep breath.
UCSF Valencia Health Services believes that spending quality time with our patients is the key to providing excellent health care.
Time for a checkup. Okay, honey.
You spend time with your kids because you care about them. Well, so do we. Valencia Health Services' dedicated staff of nurse practitioners and pediatricians are here for your child's needs. Quality time, quality care. UCSF Valencia Health Services.
Donate to Habitat for Humanity Greater San Francisco and let your change become the change a family needs. Habitat for Humanity Greater San Francisco, building homes and hope in Marin, San Francisco, and the Peninsula.
Hi everyone, this is Under SF Hidden Gems. We're currently in Noe Valley, about to listen to one of the neighborhood's treasured establishments. Noe Valley Chamber Music has been around for the past 23 years, bringing the community, professional, and emerging local artists together.
Fortunately for us, we have performing here today an unusual duo, a guitar and a cello. Let me introduce Angela Lee and Mark Teichholz. Angela is a renowned cellist and began her studies at just the age of 4. She graduated from the Juilliard School and Yale School of Music. Since then, she has won numerous awards and soloed for orchestras around the world.
Accompanying her is professional classical guitarist Mark Teichholz. Not only has he too soloed for symphonies and orchestras around the world, but he's part of the faculty at our sister school, Cal State East Bay, and San Francisco Conservatory of Music. Let's hear what these two can do. incredible duo, Angela and Mark. Make sure to catch them performing at NVCM. I'm also here with Noe Valley's chamber music founder and artistic director, Karen Heather. She's been with Noe Valley for 23 years and is dedicated to showcasing great artists to the neighborhood. So hi Karen, thank you so much for coming, and how are you doing today?
I'm fine, thank you for having me.
So can you tell us a little bit about Noe Valley chamber music and how it started, sort of, the beginning?
Yes, in 1992 I had been hired as the administrative director of the community center, excuse me, for Noe Valley Ministry. And Noe Valley Ministry was really the hub of community activity at that time. And there was a very successful concert series there. In fact, Bobby McFerrin gave his first concert there. Joan Baez appeared there. And I thought, well, if they can do that, we could have chamber music here. I'm a classically trained pianist, so I thought a chamber music series would be a wonderful idea. And the ministry was very supportive, and we presented 6 concerts in 1992. Wow. And then the ministry was very supportive, and the only expenses we had were paying the musicians.
Wow.
But eventually we had to get our own 501c3 and become independent. So
How do you find these musicians and the artists that you guys
that's
get?
the easiest part. Musicians are just, there are so many of them that are anxious to perform chamber music. Our mission actually has been to support and present local musicians. But we also present emerging artists, particularly from the Conservatory of Music. We have found that there are some very talented young musicians who come on our series, and then eventually we can't afford them anymore.
So how do you think Noe Valley is different than all the other neighborhoods in San Francisco?
It's a real down-to-earth neighborhood, and that's one of the reasons why I think the chamber music series has done very well there, because go ahead.
Oh, and you have a lot of your concerts in there too, right?
Yes, they're all there, although Noe Valley Ministry was renovated and we were out of the building for 4 years. We're just now back. We went to St. Mark's on Gough, and now we're back in the ministry. So, but we're always Noe Valley Chamber Music.
Oh, that's wonderful. So if anyone wants more information on upcoming concerts that you guys have, where could they go to?
We have a website, which is noevalleychambermusic.org, and it's all on there. We give 7 concerts a year, and it's from October through May on Sunday afternoons at 4 p.m. We have a very exciting lineup this year, and one of the things that I would like to say is how diverse our concerts are. They are string groups, woodwind groups, vocalists. We've had very wonderful musicians.
I definitely want to check you guys out. I mean, those artists that we had here were just spectacular and amazing, and I just want to say thank you so much again for coming. And that's all we have for today. This concludes our tour of Noe Valley. Hope you guys had as much fun as we did, and we'd like to take a minute to give a special thanks to Lovejoy's Tea Room, Noe Valley Farmers Market, Terra Mia, and the Noe Valley Chamber of Music for making this episode possible. And thanks again for joining us, and see you next time on Under SF Hidden Gems.